all are healthy and happy. Let's begin with today's topic. See, class, we have been discussing our chapter number 9, that is hydrogen. Okay, and I have told you many important things about hydrogen. We have studied that hydrogen is the smallest atom with the small atomic number as well as mass number. We have separated it from the whole periodic table, I would like to say. And another point is, I have told you that in this topic hydrogen, we have studied different type of compounds which have been formed by hydrogen. Like in yesterday and in the previous class, we have done dihydrogen. Its chemical property, its physical property, its preparation. Same as it is, we would like to start with our new topic that is known to be hydride. Hydride is also a compound which is formed by combination of hydrogen with other compounds. Let's see how is it making and what are its preparation, any kind of physical property, chemical property is also required in this case or not. Let's check it out. Okay, so let's begin. First of all, if I'm talking about the hydrides, hydride is something which is formed by kind of binary compound. Binary compounds means it is a compound which is formed by only two atoms. Most of the time there is an hydrogen and another atom over there. Okay, so it is a binary compound which contains only two atoms and hydrogen, and we will see which another atom is over. Okay, so most of the compound in our periodic table, they can make the binary compound known as hydride. That means in the form of EHX, or we can say ENHY. So I just want to say that there are only two atoms, that is an hydrogen, which is combined with any other atom. It could be metal, it could be non-metal, it could be transition metal, it could be any kind of. We will see what's happening over there. Okay, so this is known to be hydride, binary compound in the form of EHX or ENHY. E could be any atom which is making compound with hydrogen. Okay, so let's begin. How many types of hydrides are over there? Or can we see there is further thing we want to relate? There are basically three different type of hydride which are known to be first one is ionic hydride, second one is covalent, and the last one is known to be interstitial. Or I think there is another name of that also, which is known to be metallic hydride. Yes. Let's start. What is the difference between these three hydrides and how can we relate them? How can we differentiate them? So first of all, if I'm talking about the ionic hydride are those hydrides which are formed by the combination of S block atom with the hydrogen. Very simple. I'm just saying there is combination of S block elements with hydrogen. For example, S block में कौन-कौन से होते हैं हमारे पास? Mostly there are alkali and alkaline earth metal, like as lithium hydride, sodium hydride, potassium hydride. S block means group 1 and group 2. Am I clear? Now the point here arises, if I have been talking about lithium hydride, sodium hydride, potassium hydride, what's happening over there? See class, I have told you in my yesterday's class that whenever my hydrogen is reacting, most of the time it is reacting either in the form of cation or anion. है ना? Either it is making bond with H positive or anion as H negative. So in ionic hydride, my hydrogen is making H negative with combination of positive metal. Okay, we can also check out that whether is H negative over there or not by getting that if we react this lithium hydride, they would make, just a second, lithium hydride with water. Yes, if we take lithium hydride with water, it would make lithium hydroxide we can say, plus H2 gas. So due to formation of H2 gas, we can say that there is formation of H negative, which is converting to H2. Done. Another point I would like to say, since they are ionic, they are known to be non-volatile in nature. Now the point here is, बच्चे, what is non-volatile? Non-volatile हम बोलते किसको है? You know very well that non-volatile are those compounds which cannot be evaporated easily. यानी अगर मैं उसको burn कर रही हूँ, अगर मैं उसको heat कर रही हूँ, it cannot be evaporated very easily. This is known to be non-volatile. Okay, and we also know that my lithium hydride, sodium hydride, potassium hydride, they are ionic in nature. और मैंने आपको कल बताया था that my ionic bond is the strongest bond ever. Means there is great force of attraction between the negative and the positive charge. So they are strongly closely packed to each other. They will not be volatile. Their burning point, their melting point would be very high. Okay, that's the first point. Another point I would like to say, they are non-conducting in solid state. However, if we provide them exact energy, they would conduct electricity as well. Electricity in molten state. Okay, so this is all I wanted to talk about the ionic hydride. We have come to know they are formed with S block elements, that is group 1 and group 2, like lithium hydride, sodium hydride, potassium hydride, in which H negative is formed. Okay, and they are non-volatile, they are non-conducting in solid state as well. And the most important property of this is whenever we dissolve them in water, they release hydrogen gas. This is something which you have also studied in your 10th class, that there was no hydride, there was only a metal which combined with water or something, they would make release of H2 gas. Okay, now let's move to our second type of hydride, that is known to be covalent hydride. How can we check out the covalent hydride, which are also known to be molecular hydride? Okay, the covalent or the molecular hydride, these are the hydride which is combined with the P block elements. That is P block elements on combined with hydrogen. For example, CH4, NH3, or I would like to say HF, and many more. है ना? Now the point here, you can see these CH4, ammonia, HF. Can I also say that these are known to be non-metal hydride? क्या मैं इनको non-metal hydride बोल सकती हूँ? Definitely yes, because these were the only alkali and the alkaline earth metal. Whereas my carbon, nitrogen, fluorine, these are my non-metal. Okay, so I would like to say they are also known to be non-metallic hydride. Clear? Now, the point here is, since they are the covalent bond only over there, so we would like to say they are volatile in nature. They were non-volatile, they are volatile in nature. Means they can be easily evaporated. If we heat them, even at low boiling point, they would be evaporated. That's it. Now let's move further about the covalent hydride. Since they are volatile compound, according to the relative number of bonds, they have been classified into 3 types: electron deficient, electron precise, and electron rich. Electron deficient, electron precise, electron rich. Now the point here is, how can we talk about electron deficient, electron precise, or electron rich hydride? See, बच्चे, electron deficient, as the name suggests, in these type of hydride there is deficiency of electron, or we can say whenever we write the structure, what's happening over there, due to less number of electron, their structure is less, their structure is lower, or we can say they are known to be Lewis acid. I'm again repeating, just don't get panic. Electron deficient are those type of hydrides which has deficiency of electron. Okay, and I also would like to say that deficiency of electron is mostly with the group 13 only, with group 13. For example, B2H6, aluminium, gallium, indium, thallium. These are in our group 13. So B2H6, this is known to be electron deficient as well as my covalent hydride. Okay. Now the point is they are also known to be Lewis acid. Now the Lewis acid is a new term. I don't know you have heard this before or not. I think in 7th chapter you will get something more about Lewis acid. Lewis acid are those which known to be electron acceptor. Okay. Now बच्चे I have told you कि इलेक्ट्रॉन डेफिशिएंट है, मतलब वहां पे इलेक्ट्रॉन की डेफिशिएंसी है, वहां पे इलेक्ट्रॉन की कमी है. So they are so much capable to attain more electron. So they have the more capability to accept the electron. इस टेंडेंसी को हम बोलते हैं लुईस एसिड. Okay, you do not need to go into the depth that what is Lewis acid. Till now, just remember that Lewis acid are those which can accept electron. और कोई भी चीज एक्सेप्ट कब करेगी जब उसके पास पहले से उस चीज की कमी हो. ओके, सो Lewis acid are those which has deficiency of electron, that is electron deficient. और ग्रुप 13 की मैंने बात की है. क्लियर? Now let's move with the electron precise. Which compound are known to be electron precise? That means they have the perfect number of electrons. Precise means complete. In my chapter number 1st, I have also told you, bachche, that there are two different terms. One is precision and second one is not accuracy, we can say, or probability. Okay, so precision, precise means accuracy, complete. So electron precise are those hydrides which have the perfect number of electrons. Moreover, they are in group 14. For example, CH4, silicon. Okay, these are known to be electron precise. So what is the difference between electron deficient and electron precise? They have the deficiency of electron, they have the perfect number of electron. These are from group 13, these are from group 14. Lastly, we have the last type of covalent hydride known to be electron rich. That means it has excess of electrons. और इसके अंदर हमारे कौन से हैं? ग्रुप 15, 16, 17. ग्रुप 15, 16, 17. ओके, तो बच्चे अभी तक आपको समझ में आ गया होगा that in my ionic hydride to covalent to metallic, whenever we move, we have S block, P block, D and F block. S block complete हो गया. P block में we have already from 13 to group 17. So group 13 in electron deficient, group 14 in electron precise, and the lastly 15, 16, 17 in the electron rich. Am I clear or not? Now the point here arises, since they have the excess of electrons, would they capable to release electron? जब उनके पास ऑलरेडी इलेक्ट्रॉन की एक्सेस है, उनके पास इलेक्ट्रॉन ऑलरेडी ज्यादा है अमाउंट में, तो क्या वो इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिलीज कर सकते हैं? डेफिनेटली यस. These are known to be Lewis acid because they were accepting the electron. So they are known to be Lewis base. Why? Because they are donating the electrons. Am I clear or not? Lewis acid which can accept the electron. Lewis donate the electrons. And donate the electrons, the excess. Okay, so these are known to be. For example, I would like to say, I would give some example also over here. For example, ammonia, water. And बच्चे, when will you check out the structure in chapter number 4, you will come to know, since they have extra electron, these are known to be lone pairs. For example, my water has 2 lone pairs. Lone pair का मतलब है extra pair of electron. Okay, like 1 and 2. Same as it is ammonia. It has only 1 lone pair of electron. Due to excess of electron, they have an extra pair of electron which they can donate very easily. Okay, so we have done ionic hydride, covalent hydride. Lastly, we have metallic or interstitial hydride. Let's go on with this topic also. See, the metallic hydride, or we can say interstitial hydride, are those hydrides which is combined by making D and F block elements with hydrogen. Isn't it easy? S, P, D, F. बात खत्म. And further, P is from group 13 to 17. So 13 electron deficient, 14 precise, 15 to 17 rich. That's it. We don't have to read extra. Very simple concept. Moreover, you must have one point in your mind, that why do not we take group 18 as an hydride? Group 18, that is noble gas, they have the complete NNC, they have the complete electronic configuration, that is P6. और मैंने आपको पहले से बताया है, they are the less reactive. उनके पास इलेक्ट्रॉन की कमी नहीं है, that they would try to accept the electron or lose the electron. रिएक्टिविटी कब होती है, रिएक्शन कब होती है, या तो मेरा बॉन्ड कब बनता है, या तो मेरा कोई पर्टिकुलर एटम इलेक्ट्रॉन को रिलीज करे, या वो एटम किसी और एटम से इलेक्ट्रॉन एक्सेप्ट करे. बट नोबल गैस ऐसे हैं जिनके पास ना इलेक्ट्रॉन की कमी है ना एक्सेस है, दे आर कंप्लीट एंड परफेक्ट. So that's why noble gases do not make any kind of hydride. Noble gases are exception. They would not react with hydrogen to make hydride. That's why we study only from 13 to 17. Am I clear? All right. Now let's talk about the metallic hydride or the interstitial hydride. I have told you that these are the D and F block elements. Now the point here is they have the little less of hydrogen, I would like to say. Electrons के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे हैं हम, हाइड्रोजन के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. They have the little less number of hydrogen. For example, lanthanum hydrogen 0.27, or we would like to say in D block we have nickel, vanadium, nickel 0.25, vanadium nickel hydrogen 2.6, and many more. So these do not held the law of constant composition. Is not true over here. ऐसा रीजन क्या है? We haven't got the point. रीजन हमें अभी तक समझ में नहीं आया है. But we can say there is less number of hydrogen and they do not have the complete whole number of hydrogen also. So the one more point है वो whole number में नहीं है, वो complete structure नहीं बना सकता. So they have been found in the interstitial sites. In the interstitial sites of these metals. We know very well that D block and F block contains mostly the metal. Titanium, vanadium, nickel, chromium, copper, cobalt, these all are metal. So the metals which form bond with hydrogen, they are known to be metallic hydride. One more point, since there is less number of hydrogen, the hydrogen is not in the whole composition, they are found that hydrogen is present